Around here, roll tide. Stan, you headed to Knoxville.
Yes, we are.
All right, Stanley, good to see you, man. That was a good crowd out at Clements yesterday.
Big crowd. It was a great big crowd.
Yeah, I saw y'all out there. We stayed about 30 minutes, shot back. You know, there's so many events. Now, you said today, Limestone County Commission Chairman Stanley Menefee, where you headed today for Veterans Day?
I think East Limestone about 8:15, and maybe back to Athens about 9:15, and then I think it's 1:30 West Limestone. All of them have a good program.
Yeah,
it's really great for the veterans, I think.
Oh, yeah, and that yesterday out there was great, too. They did a good job on that out there. All right, Stan, War Eagle, buddy. I know y'all playing fantastic this year.
Yeah.
How can Arkansas be paying Belima $5.1 million? He's the third highest paid coach in the nation.
And Auburn has...
And Mazon's making half that.
11. He's the 11th highest paid coach in the SEC. I don't know.
This year.
Yeah, I would suspect he's going to do some negotiating.
Yeah, he's going to do some big. He'll get a big raise.
I tell you what, Jamie, it's Malzahn has made big changes in just a year, and of course Belima hasn't done it this year. But Malzahn probably inherited a little more talent than Belima.
Yeah, he probably did. All right, let's talk about what's going on in the world. With interest rates rising a little bit, has that affected your business?
Well, it affects. The people are not refinancing as much.
Right.
Now, our particular business, though, or at least our specialty that we talk about on here a lot in terms of short sales, no, it's not affecting that. People are, there's people in distressed situations from whatever circumstance. They need to sell their house. They're upside down, underwater, as we talked about. In other words, the house just won't sell for. The values are not really increasing that much. So there's still a lot of underwater houses.
Yeah, but you're saying, and Stanley, you may know this too, but Stan said there's 10,000 to 15,000 houses in a 3-county area here that are underwater. Now you see that continuing and increasing probably.
Well, you've got to be an economic forecaster on that, but I think so, yes, and a lot of people do. And a lot of the people in the mortgage business, the national mortgage lenders, they feel like it's with us for another 5 years.
Now, people got to realize, instead of doing a foreclosure, instead of doing a bankruptcy, there's a way out. Well, there's a decent, good way out.
Graceful.
Yes. I mean, never before, at least in our modern history, has large lenders had, a million homes that are in default that need foreclosing on. Well, you just don't foreclose on, and they've talked about this, you can read about it. They've made a decision they're not going to foreclose on a million people at a time. They're just not going to do it. They have to come up with other avenues and ways of dealing with troubled assets. And short sale is probably the most preferred method, but it takes work. If you are underwater and you need to sell your home, you really need a professional negotiating on your behalf. There's bureaucratic steps that you have to go through. The lender can't just willy-nilly short sale. They can't willy-nilly forgive mortgage debt. It has to go through processes to make sure it's done right. That's where we come in. We've closed about 300 of these now for homeowners in this general area over the course of the past 3 years.
I mean, we've come out and we've been doing this now 6 to 8 months, 9 months now. Y'all got to call McDonald and Associates there on Slaughter Road in Madison. Don't fall for an 800 number, this, and that. Don't do bankruptcy, don't do a foreclosure. Call Stan, and one of his people will get back in touch with you, because like I'm saying, saved the guy that we know in Ardmore on the courthouse steps, Stanley.
There's a lot of aspects to what we do. Right. Saving homes from foreclosure is one of them, and we've done some really good work in that way.
And even if you're not under foreclosure now, but you see it coming, plan now.
That's exactly right. The more proactive that you get involved, the better result you can get. We can negotiate some things that are really helpful.
And you can, a wealth of information too.
I imagine for those going through divorce, which they say divorce rate is the highest in January after the holidays and everything.
Really?
That is, yes, be careful. Well, maybe. But that is, you've got to, plan now. If you're going through a divorce, obviously someone's going to get stuck with the home, and it is an issue.
You're exactly right.
All right. Thank you, Stan. You say you head up to Nayland, huh?
Yes, sure are.
It's going to be a great atmosphere up there tomorrow.
I think so.
Yeah. All right, Stanley, you got a busy day. Saw you out there yesterday. You got your state of the county coming up, I guess.
Right, yeah, I was going to plug for that. That's one of the things I campaigned on, sort of, that I would report back to the county, so I think that's a good way. I sort of done a little better to it than I thought I did last year.
Now, when is it this year?
It's the 19th of November.
That's a luncheon, isn't it, over at Athens State?
Luncheon, yeah.
Over at Athens State?
One of my friends said, well, why can't I hear you without paying $20? Something like that. And I said, well, I did a free one out at the senior center at East Limestone, and nobody came.
So you figure you just try to charge them.
$20, you get a better crowd.
Now, as election year comes up, I'm assuming you are going to run for re-election?
Yes.
So you're making that official announcement now. I'm sure everybody already knows
fine,
it.
yeah.
He's definitely running.
Anything, now how's your past 4 years been in office?
How's what now?
Your past 4 years been in office?
Well, the first 2 was kind of bumpy, but right now we're beginning to get a few things straightened out. The building program's been a problem, but when you're dealing with a 100-year-old building, and some of them, they're not easy to deal with, I mean, and meet standards. So, I mean, you got to meet the codes and bring things up to code. The courthouse was built in 19...
Codes have changed.
I've got a suggestion now. I mentioned to you last year, I mentioned to Judge Woodruff today, and I saw him too. When we do the Christmas parade this year, light that thing up to where it's not so dark, and we, put some colored lights up in it. When we're shooting the parade, it'll look better.
They're trying to keep expenses down.
If I have to pick up the tab that night for the utility bill, I'll pay it.
They'll take
Along with
it.
Dr. Alan Coleman and Lisa and Matthew and everybody else that advertised up here. Is that a deal?
Just leave me your credit card, and I'll take care of it.
right,
It will be lit.
Is it hard, when you're in a position like you are, is it hard taking criticism? Because everybody don't agree with you.
Not really. I mean, you get used to it after a while.
It's kind of like us sitting up here.
Somebody say something about me?
Yeah, all the time. All the
Well,
time.
you heard something?
Yeah.
What'd Stan tell you?
I'm not telling you.
All right, Stan.
Sometimes people criticize you, they're right, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
in your
always
case,
wrong.
maybe, not in mine, but I mean, you know how it goes. Anything else we need to know, Stanley?
No, just...
And don't
I hope
forget, you're going to be at the
everybody
Veterans
comes out
Day Parade tomorrow at 11 o'clock, and Hartsville's having one also tomorrow. We're having one here in Athens tomorrow at 11 too. Stan, before you go, buddy, y'all have a good time up there and tell Mabel we said hello. Thank you, Stanley. Take a break. We're going to come back, Dr. Alan and Lisa Coleman, in just a moment. Y'all hang on. And haven't seen y'all since y'all were dressed up like superheroes.
Yeah.
Oh, you were Einstein. Of course, you still look that way.
Yeah. That's my regular
Hey, before we get started talking about Coleman Dental, I saw the thing today. Athens State is doing something in honor of your dad. What is that?
Yeah.
They renamed the Religious Studies Center. Well, that's the name, Curtis Coleman Religious Studies, on the square there.
Yeah.
So that is a nice honor.
Yeah, it is. Your dad was a super nice guy.
yes.
So anyway, so are they having a ceremony on that?
They had it last Tuesday night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. How's your mom?
She's doing great.
Well, good.
Doing real well.
Good. All right, Lisa, every time I turn around, somebody has contacted us, or somebody from somewhere else is coming down to
I have
Mold.
to say, shout out to Layla, because she's like, I'm scared to go to the dentist. I'm going to go see Coleman. I'm like, get some gas.
And what did
Tell
she
her you're
say?
Scared. She had an amazing
I
experience.
felt like I knew them, every one of them.
I knew she would.
She did so good.
did.
We're so proud of her.
I used to be chicken. I used to have to get gas just to get a cleaning.
I've got gas now, come
graduated.
think of it.
I knew that came out wrong.
What?
Gotta be careful.
What all are y'all doing? Both locations open, going full steam?
Yeah, we've been extremely busy at Limestone Smiles of late. Dr. Wigan joined us this summer, and
It's that young new doctor
Yeah.
that everybody says, wow.
This is my
he and Dr. Destridge, they're doing really well
Good.
at Limestone Smiles. So.
Did they dress up over there on Halloween too, or is it just
They did.
Yeah.
They were
the main
super nice as
location?
well.
Good.
What else y'all doing down there, Lisa, that people need to know about?
Well, we're doing a lot of 6-month smile. That's the adult orthodontic treatment that we do. Everything's clear, everything's tooth colored. Put them on now, you'll have straight teeth by spring.
Get out.
Yep.
Holidays coming up too, I imagine. Whitening is going to, you're going to get
we do a lot of
extremely
that.
busy with that.
Now, speaking of holidays, y'all also have gift certificates, right?
We do.
We
Yep.
do.
I mean,
But
do
you
people
probably
actually
never
get
think
that for
about it, but
Christmas?
that's a good gift.
They do. There's a lot of people
I mean, honestly.
that want whiter teeth, and it's a lot more fun when someone else pays for it.
Yeah.
It sure is.
So
You got insurance benefits, and you haven't used much this
Easy.
year. Need to get on in and use them.
What all type of insurance do you guys handle?
Well, it don't.
We contract with Blue Cross, Delta, Cigna, MetLife, Southland. Is that it?
Aetna.
Aetna. I can't keep
So,
up.
but you do accept new patients there all the time,
All the time.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Both
do.
locations.
Uh-huh.
both locations. So you can get your teeth whitened, and I need to get mine followed
Still
up
open on
it.
Saturday? How's
come
that
on in.
working?
Yeah.
It's doing good.
Limestone Smiles.
The first and the third Saturday at Limestone Smiles we're open.
Convenient.
Now, is that for new patients too, or you got to already
Oh,
be
yeah.
set up in the
No,
system
no,
there?
we can do new patients.
Still late on Thursdays?
Late on Thursdays.
Goodness.
Man, you're working too much.
Well, we've been busy.
Yeah, we have a lot of doctors. Everybody kind of chips in, and it works out
The
great.
girls are always, they stay with you so long down there, you don't have much turnover rate
I know the girls
whatsoever
are
at Coleman
awesome.
Dental. Must be the great leadership down that way.
It's Lisa keeping a good group of girls in there to keep all the boys straight. So go ahead and say it.
Coleman Dental, let's talk about mine and Alan's favorite subject. What do you think tomorrow night?
I'm going to say 27-13, Bama.
I was saying about 35-14, something like that. Hey, are y'all talking to each other?
They're both on their cell phones.
Okay. All right, Lisa, anything else we need to know about Coleman Dental?
I think we're good.
Well, thank y'all for coming in this
see
morning.
them.
I figured last night since you're shocked I was up, weren't you?
I was. 10 p.m. is, what's that,
late.
once a year or twice?
Well, I'll be up Saturday night too, so have
Yeah.
your phone with you tomorrow night. We play too, so I'll
We'll
be
be up
doing
late.
that also. All right, Coleman Dental, 2 locations, Limestone Smiles, and then the other one.
Go
So
see
go by
them.
and visit with. Good to see you, Lisa.
Good to see
Nice
y'all
shoes.
too. Thank you.
I know, aren't
Yeah.
they cute?
Like a Wizard of Oz or something like that. All right, we'll take a break. Don't forget to go to Coleman Dental. We'll be right back. Y'all hang on.